Okay, so for this given tutorial, okay, we're going to discuss about the shell basic operators. There are actually various operators which is supported by shell scripting. So we will be discussing in detail about the default shell on this given chapter or tutorial. So we will be discussing about certain operators such as arithmetic, relational, Boolean, and etc. Okay, so in order to perform a certain operator, okay, so the shell actually didn't originally have any mechanism to perform a simple arithmetic operations. So, but it uses some external program like the AWK or AWK or EXPR. Okay, so for example, let's have a sample code. So by creating our script nano 005.sh. Okay, so for example, we will be making our script, okay, /bin/sh. Okay, so in here, okay, we will be using a variable which is val equal to backtick, okay, a backtick expr 2 plus 2, then another backtick. Okay, then we're going to echo total value is, and we'll be using the variable val. Okay, so this example actually shows how are we going to add two numbers. So this script will generate, or we will be expecting to generate the result total value is 4 because we will be performing the arithmetic operator plus sign adding 2 and 2. Okay, so the following points must be considered on the following script. So there must be spaces between operators, okay, like for example here, okay, 2 space plus space 2. So if you will be typing it like 2 plus 2, this will actually be considered as a string. Okay, so you need to provide, okay, spacing between the operator. So it should be written as 2 space plus space then 2. Then to complete this expression should be enclosed, okay, using this following character which we called a backtick. So this is not a single quote, so it's not the single quote, so it's the backtick. Usually backtick is located on your keyboard near the number 1 key of our keyboard. Okay, so let's try to run this one. Save this one, then okay, so we will be changing the mode so that it can be executed. Okay, 777005.sh. Okay, then to run this one. Okay, so let's try to run. So we are expecting that the display should be total value is 4. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so now let's go back to the script. Okay, so what are the different arithmetic operators that can be used? Okay, so these are the following arithmetic operators that are supported by this Bourne shell or this shell scripting. Okay, so we have the plus symbol for the addition. Okay, we have the dash for the subtraction. Okay, then we have asterisk or the star key for multiplication. Then we have slash for the division. Then we have also the modulus. Okay, so modulus. Then we have assignment operator. Okay, this is for the assignment. Okay, we have also equality. Then also not equality. The not equality. Okay, so it is very important to understand that all of the conditional expressions should be inside square braces. So if you will be using a conditional expression, so it should be inside the square braces. So for example, if I will be like having a conditional expression of A equal to $B, okay, so it must be enclosed with square brackets. Okay, and also take note that it must have spaces. Okay, so for example, if you have typed it like this way, okay, so it will produce an incorrect result. Okay, so be sure that there must be spacing, okay, between those symbols. So this is if you will be using a conditional expression. Okay, so now we have also relational operators. Okay, so the relational operators, that can be used in shell scripting. Okay, so we have an operator dash eq. Okay, this is checks if the value of two operands are equal or not. So if yes, then the condition becomes true. Okay, so we have another dash ne. So dash ne means checks if the value of the two operands are equal or not. So if values are not equal, then the condition becomes true. So means not equal. Okay, then we have another one is we have dash gt. For this one, the meaning of dash gt is greater than. Okay, so greater than. Then else we have dash lt, which means less than. Then we have another dash ge. Dash ge is greater than or equal. Okay, then we have dash le. So for dash le, this is less than or equal. Okay, so it is very important to understand that all the conditional expression should be again placed with a square bracket, same as what we have here. Okay, so you need to enclose it with a square bracket. Okay, so next, so the next one will be the Boolean operators. Okay, so we will be testing this one on our next tutorial, wherein we will be discussing about the decision making. Okay, so the next one is Boolean operators. Okay, so for Boolean operators, okay, these operators are actually supported also by a Bourne shell. Okay, so assume that a certain variable will be holding also a certain value for the another variable, so you can use these Boolean operators. So what are the different Boolean operators? Usually Boolean operators, sometimes they are called as logical operator. Okay, so sometimes they are also called as the logical operators. Okay, so what are the different operators that are used for Boolean or logical? So we have exclamation. Okay, this is a logical negation. Okay, logical negation, which means it inverts a true condition into a false and vice versa. So logical negations. Okay, so for example, if the logic will be true, so by using a logical negations, it will become false, and vice versa. If it will become false and you will be using a logical negations, so false will become true. Okay, then we have also dash o. Okay, dash o means a logical or. So for the logical or, if one of the operands is true, then the condition becomes true. Okay, so for example, we have a variable like a, then dash o, and also b. Okay, so if we will be considering this expression, okay, so we have variable a and also variable b by using a logical or. So it means either of the two variables will have a value of true. Okay, so the result of it is true. So for as long as there is a true given one, either of the two variable, it will give a resulting value of true. So that is the logical or. Then we have also the logical and. Okay, the logical and or and. Okay, so for example, $sign a logical and $sign b. Okay, so this logical and will give a result of true only if both operands or the both variables are true. Otherwise it is false. So either of the two will become false, the result will be false already. So it will become true only if both of the operands or the variable that we use here is true. Okay, the next one is we have string operators. Okay, so the following string operators are actually also supported by the Bourne shell. So for example, we can use the equal operator to check if the value of two operands are equal or not. If they are equal, it will return a value of true. Okay, so usually if you will be comparing string or two strings, you can use the equal sign if you are checking for the equality of the two different string. You can also use the symbol. Okay, so this is for equality. Okay, then this one is not equal. Okay, so not equality. Okay, so you are comparing two string. Okay, if they are not equal, so it will return a value of true. Okay, then we have also does z. Okay, so for this one is checking if it is a zero value. Okay, so check if the given string operand size is 0. If it is 0 in length, then it returns true. Okay, so usually the length of the string. Okay, then we have also dash n. Okay, dash n is for non-zero. So it only means if you want to check if the string has a value, okay, or has a content, you can use this dash n. Okay, then you can also use the str keyword. Okay, so the str keyword check if str is not the empty string. So if it is empty, then it is false. Okay, so it usually check if the string is not an empty string. Okay, so you can use that one also. Okay, so then lastly is the use of the file test operators. Okay, file test operators. Okay, so for the file test operator, okay, so we have dash b file. Okay, so you will be using dash b, then the file name. Okay, this is checking if a file is a block special file. Okay, if yes, then condition becomes true. Okay, then we have dash c file. Okay, so for the dash c file, this is checking if the file is a character special file. Character special file. So this one is a block file or a block special file. This one is a character special file. Okay, then we have dash d file. Okay, check if file is a directory. So directory. Okay, then we have dash f file. So for this one, it check if file is an ordinary file. Ordinary file. Okay, so when we say ordinary file, like a text file. Okay, then we have dash g file. Okay, so check if file has its set group ID. So check if the file has a check group or set group ID. Okay, So set group ID. So like for example, if a certain file is included on a certain group or executed by a certain group, so it has a set group ID, or sometimes we call this one as SGID. Okay, then we have also dash K. So for dash K file, the file keyword is the file that you want to check. Okay, so check if the file has its sticky bit set. Okay, sticky bit set. Okay, then what else? Dash P file. Check if the file is a named pipe. Okay, named pipe. Okay, what else? Dash T file. So dash T file. Okay, check if the file descriptor is open and associated with a terminal. So check if the file is open and associated with a terminal. Okay, then we have dash U file. Actually, there are lots of this one. You can just explore them later on. Okay, so check if the file has set user ID. Okay, check if it has set user ID. Okay, then we have dash R file. Check if the file is, check if readable. That's the meaning of that. Okay, so we have dash W, of course, if it's if R is readable. So for W is check if writable. Okay, then dash X file. So check if the file is executable. Okay, then we have dash S file. So for this one, check if file has size greater than 0. So usually you are using this one if you want to check if the file is empty or not. Okay, then we have also dash E file. It means check if the file is existing. Okay, so maybe you are using a certain file but it's not actually existing. Okay, so these are the different file test operators that you can use. Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and we will be proceeding on our next tutorial. Okay, to implement some of these following operators. So if you have any question, you can just send me your inquiries or message so that I can go back to your questions and answer them. Okay, so thank you very much and see you on our next tutorial.